there are few decks cooler than the behemoth Regigigas Lv.X deck. This deck uses Regigigas' massive HP and disruption to try to make sure you never knock it out. Regigigas Lv.X comes with the Giga Blaster attack, which discards the top card of your opponent's deck and a card from their hand, while dealing a ton of damage. If we can use this attack repeatedly, we can start hitting our opponent's crucial resources, preventing them from knocking Regigigas out. It's also got a PokePower, which discards one of your Pokemon from play by knocking it out, and heals 80 damage from Regigigas, as well as accelerating energy to it, meaning that Regigigas has even more survivability. We pair Regigigas' Hand Disruption with Mesprit from Legends Awakened. Its Psychic Bind PokePower prevents your opponent from using PokePowers during their next turn. If we can do this multiple times, we can make it difficult for the opponent to respond. Regigigas is going to be going against DialgaChomp. This deck uses the bulky Dialga Lv.X with special metal energy to give it more health and survivability. It's also got disruptive attacks like Remove Lost, which can threaten to remove all of your opponent's energy, if you're lucky. Dialga pairs great with Garchomp Lv.X, which Healing Breath heals Dialga's damage off and has a great Dragon Rush attack, which snipes the bench. With disruption, healing, and plenty of tanking, DialgaChomp is a formidable threat in the format, but can Regigigas take it down? Let's see in the game ahead. Alrighty, so opening hands are going down, and the Regigigas player starts a Uxie, and it looks like the Dialga player starts a Dialga, so pretty alright starts from both players, and it looks like the Dialga player is going first, I believe. So Dialga's down right away, and the draw is out, and he gets a Special Metal down in turn 1, so the Special Metal makes the Dialga extra bulky. You want to get that down, basically the best turn 1 you can ask for, with no trainers on your side. I'm going to go for the Roseanne's Research and get a Regigigas and an attachment, and just kind of stabilize the board, and then go for a Let Loose to shuffle each player's hand into their deck and draw 4. So hoping to maybe draw some more useful cards, but it doesn't look like that happens, so just a pass. He does top deck the Cyrus's Conspiracy off of the Let Loose and draw for turn, able to find a Metal Energy and an SP Radar, so continually building up this Dialga, and now starting to put on the Disruption this turn. SP Radar is going to put a card back into the deck and find a Garchomp. Always want to get that out early, and he's got even a double colorless in hand for the Dialga, so he can use Deafen for 10, locking trainers on the Regigigas side. Regigigas has a Collector, so not too bad from the Regigigas side, getting some basic Pokemon out of the deck. It's going to be able to play down the Azelf and the Mesprit. Mesprit's going to Psychic Bind, locking the opponent's powers. There's going to be an Energy attached to the Regigigas for no effect, and there's going to be a Uxie with setup to draw some cards. Notably, Azelf's Downer material is now in play now that we have the 3 Pixies on the board. That means that basic Pokemon have to pay 1 more for their attack costs on the opponent's side. And just going to retreat into Mesprit and pass, just hopefully sack that. There's going to be another Cyrus found off the last one, and it's going to be a Collector, a Metal Energy, and a Gain found off that Cyrus. Metal Energy is going to go on to the Dialga, so now it has 4 energy, and it looks like an Unknown G is coming down to the bench, actually really big. That Unknown G is going to guard the Garchomp, meaning it can't be hit by Drag Off. Another Deafen is going to come through, turning off trainer cards and doing a little bit of damage, and Regigigas player's nothing, just a pass. An Expert Belt comes down to the Dialga, and now it's going to be really scary because Defen's going to be doing good damage. Collector comes out from the Dialga side, grabbing Bronzong, Uxie, and Toxicroak, putting them to the hand. And probably going to be playing those down and trying to draw some cards with that Uxie. So Toxicroak comes down first, then the Bronzong, and Toxicroak gets an energy gain, so it attacks cheaper, and Uxie's going to use setup for, it looks like 5 cards. So pretty good draw off of that, stabilizing the hand while locking down the opponent. There's the Dialga Lv.X. Crucially, its Time Crystal removes Azelf's Downer material, so the attacks are back to normal cost. And another Defen's applied for Trainer Lock. The Regigigas player does have a Bebe's Search, but doesn't look to have much else, unfortunately. Just really, really slow turns, whiffing 2 attachments on the Regigigas side. Garchomp's going to get an attachment, and then just a Deafen knocks out the Mesprit, so at least we're not trapped. Level up happening here with a trade-off Uxie. Attempting the trade-off, however, it's going to get sprayed by the Power Spray, which does mean it can't be used for the turn. There is a guard going through, though, so that means the Regigigas is now prevented from all effects of attacks done to it, notably from Dialga's Remove Lost. Just to retreat into the Uxie and pass, And the Dialga's just going to take the knockout with Remove Lost. Just keep removing that from the board. We see that the Regigigas player finally got an energy and gets to use their trade-off, so finally some good things are happening on the Regigigas player side, but is it too late? Down 2 prizes already. We do see a PokeCom grab a Uxie here. Probably going to go draw a couple of cards. We see a Fighting Energy come down to the Gigas, just get that down beforehand. And the Gigas is coming up, so maybe the Gigas attacking. We see a level up into Lv.X, but nope, the Warp Point's coming out instead of an attack. Probably just buying some time, getting the Lv.X into play so we can draw more, and just promoting something that can be sacked. So Azelf comes up to take the hit, and setup is used for, I believe, 2 cards. 3 cards. Alrighty. So up to 7 cards in hand now. We do see a Moon Milk. This does get heads, so we do heal the Uxie by 10 damage. That is crucial because it keeps it out of Garchomp's Dragon Rush range. Because it hits 80 and Uxie has 90, so healing it helps. We see Time Space Distortion played with 2 heads, allowing the Regigigas player to get 2 Pokemon back from the discard pile into the hand. And it's going to allow them to use Psychic Bind again to turn off the PokePowers on the Dialga side, hopefully making things a little bit more difficult. We see a Warp Energy straight from the hand onto the Uxie, and another Dialga benched, and just going to be a Remove Lost for 100, taking out the Azelf again. Expert Belt is boosting that Remove Loss to hit stratospheric damage. Another trade-off comes down to draw some cards, and we finally hit the last energy we need for Regigigas to attack. So Regigigas is going to come in there and use its Giga Blaster attack for, I believe, 90 damage after the reduced damage from Special Metal, discarding a card from the deck, Poke Turn, very good, and a random card from the hand. Let's see what Regigigas hits. And it is the top card, Dialga Lv.X, so not too bad of 2 hits there. Hopefully it can keep going after that. We're going to see the Galactic Switch from Bronzong move the energy over before Dialga's picked up with Poke Turn, removing all cards of it in play, and then promoting the Toxicroak to the active spot. And he's going to use a Looker, and he sees that I have lots of healing cards in that hand, so going to get rid of them. Unfortunately, I had a lot of good cards in that hand. Now, not as much. Leap Away is used. The Toxicroak gets to remove itself from play if it gets heads. So Toxicroak gets a free exit there. And another Dialga is promoted right to the active with a Dialga Lv.X and an attachment. And then the Croak's back down with the gain. So just doing a Deafen for 30, removing the trainers. So it means I can't use my healing trainers. Are going to get a trade-off there just to draw some more cards. And a second Gigas comes down with an energy. Got to start powering that up just in case the first one goes down. And because we can't use Giga Blaster, again, we're going to use Giga Hammer for 70. We do see he puts down the 5 and the 2, so it's probably suggesting something's coming out. He does get another Special Metal on the Dialga, making it even bulkier. And yep, we see the burst that heal 50 damage from Dialga. So down just to 20 damage again. And he's just going to hit with the Remove Loss this time for 100 damage, bringing it up to 130. The draw for turn, we'll see the trade-off there attempted, and it goes through. Not getting Power Sprayed, thankfully. Are really far behind, though, and not flipping good on that Moon Milk, so no healing from the Moon Milk there. And looks like another Moon Milk, and just 1 head, so really, really bad value out of those Moon Milks. We do see a Super Scoop up here, and that is head, so can potentially try to dig for some more cards. We see a Pokemon Communication used for a Mesprit, just grabbing the Uxie and setting up. So Mesprit just put back into the deck to thin the hand. We do see a setup for 5 and another Moon Milk, and this one is double heads, so not too bad there. We do have 110 HP left, so it's a pretty safe range. Giga Blaster for 80 damage there. And we get to discard 2 more cards, so unfortunately not taking any prizes just because Dialga is so big. We do hit a Power Spray, which is a really good hit. Let's see if there's anything from hand. And looks like we're going for bottom card, which is a Radar, which is much less good. Definitely not on the top list of things you want to hit. The draw comes out, and looks like it's going to bench another Dialga again, get that set up so he can loop it. And he's going to attach the Expert Belt, so now he's got both belts in play. And Poke Turn the Toxicroak out of play. He's going to throw the gain onto the Bronzong just to, I believe, thin it so he can set up with Uxie and draw a couple cards. We see the Dialga get another attachment, and he's got just this Dialga chain pretty figured out at this point. It's going to be really hard to disrupt So very, very difficult to break through with these special metals reducing damage by 10 each. So he's got the Dialga figured out, but he's not going to let this Dialga just get out of field. He's going to get more and more attack off with Second Strike, putting Regigigas at 130, doing 90 with Second Strike. I'm going to go for the Poke Healer Plus. When you play 2, it heals 80 from active and all special conditions, and then attempt to trade off. So we do find an energy there, which is exactly what we need because we're falling behind on attachments. You might not have noticed last turn, but we whiffed another attachment, so it's the 3rd turn this game that attachments went whiffed, which is rough. And just going to go for a Giga Hammer, which does allow the knockout to be taken. Do have to take that knockout at this point for 2 prizes just to get back into the game. We're going to see the Garchomp promoted to the active spot, and the Toxicroak comes back down. That is very scary because Toxicroak's Poison Revenge is now active. Healing Breath is going to heal the Bronzong, and the Oak's New Theory is going to be slapped down to get 6 new cards. So Poison Revenge will do 120 damage now since it is activated, since Regigigas took a KO. It's going to get another attachment down on the Dialga though, and it looks like he's going to promote the Croak and not attack though. He's going to go for the Leap Away, and once again he gets a head, so just unbelievable Leap Aways here. Just kind of realized that he didn't want that to happen this turn. We're going to keep on stalling with the Dialga, and with that, he actually has the Pokemon Communication for the Toxicroak, and he's able to find the Crobat, and Crobat pings 10, putting Regigigas into knockout range of Second Strike for 90. So really, really unfortunate there. If we were just a couple of attachments ahead on the Regigigas board, just one more attachment in fact, we would have been able to scoop up the Regigigas instead of healing it, which would have just prevented it from being knocked out. We do see the trade-off go off, so at least getting some more cards, but our hand's starting to brick up with a lot of unplayable basics. We do at least have a couple supporters in there that could help us out, but we're going to use the Time-Space Distortion, 2 heads again, and just grabbing the Azelf and the Unknown G. Unfortunately, we didn't really want that Unknown G, but we are going to play it on the Azelf just to get the safe downer material, so he has to find the Lv.X again. Because both Lv.X's are down now because we discarded the other one with the effect of the attack. We do see a Super Scoop Up, getting heads, just going to get Uxie, and looks like we're going to probably attempt setup again, drawing 2 cards. So probably just looking for some more energy, which we do not hit there, just hit an Expert Belt, which is good, but no energy, really bad. We do get another Super Scoop Up head, so still digging for the energy. Set up for 2 more cards. Can we get it? And no, we do not get the thing. So we just have to drag off, and we're just going to stall the Bronzong active. Hope he does not have a way out of it. The draw for turn comes out, and he does have the Versus Seeker, which gets Cyrus, allowing him to find the Poketurn. So now he can escape the locks, and Cyrus searches out the Poketurn and some other cards too. He's going to attach the Garchomp and Poketurn active, so he just gets a free out of that lock, unfortunately, and gets to put the Bronzong back down. Galactic Switch is going to be activated, moving an energy from the Garchomp to the active, and he's going to actually use Psychic Restore just to get the Uxie out of the play so he can put down his Toxicroak again. I'm going to go for the trade-off there. Find a card. Probably didn't like it, though, by the looks of it. And, yeah, there's my hand of just all basics that I'm not a big fan of, so hopefully don't find more of those basics. But as you can see, we're drawing into a lot of basics still. And just going to be forced to drag off again. No energy found once again. Just a really bad situation to be in, where we're whiffing energy for, like, the 5th turn this game. There's the Bebe Search being played, going back into the deck. Does allow him to find any Pokemon, and he's going to go, of course, grab that Toxicroak. And he's going to get a Game Down again, and he's going to get a Psychic, so that Toxicroak is set up. There's no disrupting around it now. Roseanne's going to be played. We finally hit the Roseanne, but only 1 energy left in deck, unfortunately, or 1 special energy, or 1 basic energy. We did prize the other energies. We have 2 energy prize right now, which is really bad, so that's why we've been whiffing them. And Regigigas is just going to go for the drag-off. I do have to take Knockout on the Bronzong just because there's nothing else to do. Can't stall anything else, so it's going to bring up the Toxicroak by the looks of things, and play an Errands. Allows him to get 2 of any combination of SP and energy cards back, so going to get that Dialga Lv.X, which is definitely not the thing we want to see. And he's going to get an attachment down. He does have to do that extra attachment because of Azelf's downer material still being in play. And he's going to Poison Revenge for 130 damage with Poison. Just a lot of damage being outputted right now. And I do not have a great answer right now. Going to trade off see some more cards. So just see we have another Poke Healer combo, so we do have a good response at least, getting us down as safe as we can, and we're going to judge him, hoping to just never give him anything good for the rest of the game. Looks like we are going to have to sacrifice, unfortunately. Did not find any more healing cards. I don't know if there's any left. So he's going to get a prize card for that because we had to sacrifice, giving up one of our bench Pokemon. And we're going to attach 2 energy, heal 80 damage. So we have a fully powered Gigas, but he has 1 prize left. So we're going to shuffle him down to 4 cards and say, you cannot hit the Dialga or the Bronzong. So Regigigas is going to just do a little bit of hand disruption and put you to low cards. There's the Giga Blaster being used for the knockout, down to 2 prizes now. And we'll get to see another hit from the hand and the deck. So the deck energy, not very good. Let's see if there's anything good from the hand here. And Roseanne's. Alright, that is also not very good. Does stop him getting Bronzong, but still not the best hits in the world. So the Crobat's promoted with the free retreat after the knockout. And he does have the Bronzong immediately in the hand. So really, really bad because he's setting up checkmate here with the Bronzong. Just able to get that Garchomp powered up at any time. He's going back into the Dialga. And he also has the Dialga Lv.X in hand. So that 4 cards was magical for him. And he's just able to get another Deafen off. So I'm going to trade off, just see some more cards. At this point, I'm like checking my deck to see if I can even deck him out. Because like there's pretty much no way to deal with this. Just that he got the perfect cards off that judge. So just going to try to strand the Bronzong active. Just take 1 more prize. Because honestly, there's just no way to win the game at this point. When he has 1 prize and just perfect cards in that hand, pretty much. So just going to throw an attachment down for fun. And we're going to do 1 last Giga Blaster just for our 1 more prize left. Like I said, if we just didn't whiff attachments for like 5 turns, we might have been able to get there. 1 last Giga Blaster that actually hits a few good cards, whereas the last one did not. So there is the last Giga Blaster hitting some pretty good cards, actually. But like I said, he already got the Dialga and the Bronzong and the Garchomp on board. It's pretty flawless find off that. And he's just able to take the last prize with a bench snipe with Dragon Rush. So just really unfortunate that the Regigigas player, on my side anyway, just missed a lot of attachments that came from the energies being prized. But really close, though, all the way down to 1-to-1 prizes. Really shows how strong Regigigas is, that it's able to take such a overwhelmingly disadvantage and almost pull it back. And if he hadn't found both the Dialga and the Bronzong in the hand, it might have been possible to still win the game. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this post-commentary video. Hopefully one day we'll get 2010 live commentary, and I'll see you in the next one.